Dicke Eiche in the Kottenforst near Bonn was an exceptionally important specimen of pedunculate oak, Quercus robur, and one of the best-known trees in the entire area. It was officially designated a natural monument and stood along the Communicationsweg between Redgen and Willibrod, very close to the Jägerhäuschen, in a landscape deeply marked by its historical design and use. According to published accounts, the tree was around 300 to 400 years old and was widely regarded as one of the most massive and distinctive old oaks in the Kottenforst. The setting of the tree is essential to understanding its significance. Kottenforst is not just a forest that happened to survive. It is a landscape where ecological value and historical land use have overlapped for centuries. Its network of straight forest rights, clearings and reference points still reflects earlier systems of hunting and forest administration. So Dicke Eiche did not stand in isolation. It stood within a cultural landscape where old solitary oaks functioned not only as biologically valuable organisms, but also as strong spatial landmarks and carriers of local memory. The nearby Jägerhäuschen reinforces that historical framework even further. From both a dendrological and a landscape perspective, Dicke Eiche was important because it was a veteran tree with extraordinary physical presence and symbolic weight. Oaks like this in historic forests are not simply remnants of great age. They also embody continuity of place, cultural memory, and a very particular aesthetic quality. In the case of the Kottenforst, Dicke Eiche had long been seen as a destination in its own right, and as one of the most significant individual trees in the wider Bonn area. On December 27, 2010, the tree was uprooted under the weight of snow and ice. Its standing form was lost, but its heritage value and interpretive significance did not disappear with it. In 2011, the fallen trunk was supported and stabilized in order to slow the process of decay and allow the tree to remain legible as a natural monument, even in its horizontal, post-collapse form. That is an important point. The value of a tree like this does not end with structural failure. It can continue as part of a visible process of aging, decomposition, and in situ preservation. From an ecological perspective, it is also highly significant that the fallen trunk of Dicke Eiche was not removed from the site, but left in place as part of the forest environment. In forest ecosystems, deadwood provides a crucial substrate for a wide range of organisms, from fungi and bacteria to saproxylic insects, bryophytes, and other specialized groups associated with decaying woody material. So the gradual decomposition of the trunk does not represent a loss of biological value. On the contrary, it marks a transformation of that value. At the same time, it is clear that the remains of the tree and its immediate surroundings are becoming a microhabitat for natural regeneration. The trunk, which once represented the final mature stage in the life cycle of an old oak, is now also part of a successional process, gradually being surrounded and in places overgrown by a new generation of young trees. In that sense, Dicke Eiche remains valuable not only as the relic of an exceptional old individual, but also as a dynamic element supporting biodiversity and the continuity of forest development. Another important layer of the story is the use of part of the trunk for liturgical furnishings in the Namen-Jesu-Kirche in Bonn. The sculptor Klaus Simon worked with a section of the trunk about 1.5 meters in length and transformed it into an altar, an ambo, a paschal candlestick, and a bishop's chair. According to available sources, these elements were created in 2011 in a so-called forest atelier, directly at the site where the tree had stood. So this was not just technical processing of timber, but the transformation of part of a natural monument into a new bearer of meaning, this time within a sacred space. It is precisely this transformation that makes Dicke Eiche such a unique case. The tree did not remain only as a preserved remnant in the forest, and at the same time it was not reduced to anonymous material. Part of its substance was transferred into an urban church interior, where it took on a new function while still retaining a clear connection to its original location in the Kottenforst. In that sense, Dicke Eiche can be understood not only as a significant veteran tree of its region, but also as an example of how the biological end of a tree can transition into a new cultural and symbolic existence. So when visitors come to the site of the former Dicke Eiche today, they are not simply approaching the remains of a fallen oak. They are entering a space where the relationship between an old tree, a historically shaped forest landscape, and the subsequent transfer of part of its material into a sacred context in Bonn is still clearly legible. It is this connection between natural monument, place, and secondary use that gives the whole story both its scientific relevance and its interpretive depth.